Hey there guys, SD here. Today I'm going to be going through the basic setup of wrinkle maps. I'm not going to get like very complex here as the whole system is very bloated, I guess. So the first part is just going to be explaining the basics, the setup. I think maybe if I have the time I'll show off one driver and just basically setting up all the stuff you'll need for the future. Before I say anything else, I just want to say it's a good idea to watch the first part of my workflow, because most of what I'm doing here is going to involve a lot of what I did in the first one, mostly just the UV maps and the blend shape names, or shape keys, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, wrinkle maps. Why am I showing you this? Because a lot of people ask me, how do I set this up, or will you ever release your node group? I don't know if I'll exactly do that, but in the future, maybe at some point. But anyways, these dynamic wrinkle maps basically help aid in these facial animations or facial expressions, whatever you want to call them, really, to make them a lot more detailed. Like, over here, the neck, the forehead. If you look closely, when she squints, it should be like around here-ish. I don't think I animated the squint actually. Okay, scratch that. But like, no, never mind. Over here, there's wrinkles. So the way MK11 does it is, there are diffuse wrinkles and normal wrinkles. You can notice, like, over here, there's like some occluding skin colors. It's like this orange-ish over here. And normal wrinkles, specular light, actually. You can notice them a lot more clearly. These are very repetitive to set up, so when I show off how I do this, I'm not going to show off the whole thing, just like a part of it, because if I were to go into the shader editor, went to her face, and went to the setup right here, MK11 wrinkle V2, it's very confusing to look at first, but it's really easy to explain, mostly for me, because I've done this. It's my system. I can figure it out easily. So I'll show off mostly this area right here, maybe explain a couple of these things, but that'll be it just for the first part. So let's get started. Save. Here, I already set up another model, Sonia. She's got no facial materials. The only ones that are there are her eyes, mouth, and everything else, waterline, occlusion, and her eyelashes. What I want to do first here is, since there's nothing to be seen here, it's exactly what I want, because we're gonna have to set up the textures in a different way. So assuming you already extracted your character that you want to do wrinkle maps on, it's a good idea to import their wrinkle textures. I'm going to start off with the diffuse ones, because they're a lot easier to get down. So let me just tell you an example. Textures, sun, face. I'm gonna import her regular facial diffuse, because we're gonna need to use that as a reference. So put that over here and get another texture. One. By the way, this is also unscripted like all the other videos. I don't like making scripts, sorry. So I'm gonna go here. The next one would be Sunface A color 0. Okay. Color mix RGB. So one thing you're going to notice is that this texture is a little weird. Why is that? Well, if you go into the image editor go to over here. The wrinkle textures look like this. There's one over here, and one down here. The other one is a little different. It's actually 3 more wrinkles over here, and over here. This one's a little bit of an annoyance to deal with, honestly. Just mapping it anyways. So resolution wise, this is, I think, 2048 by 4096. Could be reversed. I might be wrong on that. Both of these are 2048 by 2048. These are also 2048 by 2048, and this is different actually. It doesn't follow an exact measurement. So what we want to do now is we're going to map these out. So I'm going to get the mapping node, this over here, and input UV map. Okay, so I wanted to bring this up, UV maps. The first thing I did in my workflow was to make the UV maps look like this. Because originally they're like down here, or maybe if you did it wrong, they're I think rotated at 180 degrees. But besides that, you want to make sure they're right in the middle, because you're going to be reusing this system for every other character, so you want to make sure everything is exact. So now what you want to do is map it. You're going to have to map 3 of these. I don't have the exact measurements, but the scales should be around 1.5 if I'm correct. Yeah, okay. I want to get this texture down as it will be easiest, I believe. Let me find it actually. So it's right over here. Because basically my order for these textures is 1, 2, 3, and 3, 4, no, 4, 5, 6. So it's like nearly 2 a.m. Besides that, let me map this. Oh wait, I am stupid. Okay, so you don't need to scale that at all actually. I just remembered. So let me start from scratch here. So that's 2.5, I believe. Okay, practically matches up. Let's make sure it actually does. You want to get up close and personal to make sure nothing is slightly shifted around. Alright, so that's the first one done. So let's just make sure one thing first, channel path and channel path, because there's a difference in gamma, so, and now it's the same. Okay, there's that. Let's do the next one. Let's straighten these out actually. Alright, we're going to duplicate this and put this over here. Now we're going to get the next one. So we already did this. We're going to have to go a little higher, I think. So it should be 0.3 now, I believe. No, that's the X. No, hold on. 0.25. This is going to be a little annoying because they're not as easy as the other one, so let's get this down. So that would be 1. Hold on. Let me just fix something real quick. I have to change this to clip so it's easier to see everything, because it's just repeating and it really just like annoys me. This is still fine. That's still fine. Alright. So I need to adjust this now. Let's say 1.5. Not 1.5, 1.25. It's not 1.25. Let me just check. Oh, no, it is 1.25. That's nice. Just one sec. I really gotta get close to see if anything is moving. Alright. Okay, we got that one done. Now we need to get the third part of this. So put this over here. Alright, okay. You gotta pull this down. 375, got that one. Okay. No issues so far. Okay. So that's the first set of wrinkles done. Now to do the second set, I'm gonna space it over here. This down here. And change this texture to the second one. So it's the one with the two textures on the top and the one down the bottom. That's the neck. So alright, so I'm gonna reset this down to 0. Alright, so I want to do this one over here first. Like the others, it should be on clip. Okay. You don't want these repeating, so it's easier to set up. So I want the left one. So this is probably 2.5. 2.5. This would be 1.5, I believe. No, not 1.5. 1.25. Got it. All right. Yeah. A funny thing, I actually imported the wrong face. It's the young tech. I gotta go back, get the other one. So colored comp x2 color 0. Okay, that's the right one. All right, check that to channel packed just in case. Okay, we got this one down now. All right. Now we had to get the one to the right of it. So it should be positive. Got this one. Okay. And now to get the one on the neck area, it's gonna look very weird and kind of annoying to set up, but basically I gotta put this back to 0. Put this to here. This might be just a 1.5 situation. No, it's not. Okay. This might be a 0.2 situation. Nope. Okay. Alright, yeah. Like I said, this one part of the texture doesn't have a good ratio, so you're gonna have to set it up a bit differently. This might be a 1.85. I think I got that one. Think so? Hold on. No, it's not a 1.85. One sec. We are going down. We need to head back up, so this might be a 1.9 situation. Now we are too high. Okay, we're getting there. So 1.86. Let's try it now. Now we're a bit too down. Need to get up just a little bit. 1.88. Let's try that instead. That might be good. 1.88's a little above, so 1.87 should be fine. 187 is a little below. So 1875 should be our final number, I believe. Yes, we got it. Check this one more time. Yeah, okay, we got it now. Yeah, we got this. Okay, so now that those are done, you can go ahead and group those. It's going to be a lot easier for the next part now. So what you want to do is, hold on, put this down in the middle. You want to, no, okay, I know what I'm doing. I want to group these up into a node group. I don't like how by default it does this thing, but you can always change that. You want to put this over here, this down here, this down here, this down here, this one down here, this one down here. So now you got all 6 wrinkles all in one spot. You want to change the name. So I'm gonna go over here, call it diffuse wrinkles. Just change the name itself. The label, you know, has to be the same to me. We are going to go inside and edit this to, hold on, where's the thing? Right, it's in the group section. We're going to change this to diffuse wrinkle, no, because it's going to get a little annoying. We'll go 01. Wrinkle 02, wrinkle 03, 04, 05, and 06. Okay, there's that done. These are the diffuse wrinkles, so they only control the diffuse. Now we're going to duplicate this and call this one normal wrinkles, because there's both normal maps and diffuse. So we can call this normal wrinkles, change the label to normal wrinkles, and hit this right here to make it independent, because we need to edit this. So this is diffuses right now. We want this to be the normals. So sun face A, comp exp normal 0. Set that to non-color and change the first 3 to the first one. Then you want to get the other one. Get comp exp2 normal 0. Change this to non-color. Okay. Let's copy and paste it down. Okay, we got our wrinkles set up completely now. If you want to see for yourself, these are the normal wrinkles. They're in non-color mode right now, so you know they are very bleached out. I gotta make sure they're all non-color actually. Okay, everything is fine. We're ready to go. So now we are going to grab 3 textures. Why do we need 3 textures? So in your material library, from the first part, I think you should have exported most of the textures out. I chose to export all of them. You don't really need to do that. You're looking for a texture called car face 30 Hz blend shape. There are 3 of them. They look kind of like this and like this. Okay. Basically, what those textures are the mask. They control specific parts of the wrinkles. You know, one for your eyebrow, mouth, cheeks, the inner eye area here, and the neck, the jaw, etc., etc. Forehead as well. So what we want to do now is let's move these back. For now, we don't really need them. Let me get this out of the way too. Go onto texture, image texture, go into your material library. Let me find the folder, example, textures, car, face, blend mask. Let me just copy the name. Okay, so textures, TGA. Alright. Now what we need to do, set this to channel packs so we can see everything. Some of the masks are in the alpha channel, so we're gonna have to like play around a lot with these. This is where the very repetitive part that comes in. It's gonna get very annoying. So you want to get another vector mapping node. This in. I believe this is the one that controls the brows. That's the one that I want to show off. For this one, I think. Hold on. Right. One thing I hate about the texture viewer in Blender now, one of the updates messed it up. Usually you could just check this out when it's in channel pack, and like you go over here in a color, be fine, but no. If I see everything, I put this to none. Alright. So, okay. Here is the, if I remember correctly, this is the left. Okay. If I'm looking at this way, this would be the right. This is left. This is also left. And then there's one in the alpha channel, if I am correct. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna set up the brows for now. Since we already got everything else set up, it should be fairly simple. Let's check this out. If I am correct, you need to scale these down by 0.5. I'm not entirely sure about that. That was one thing. I don't think you get it. Okay, let me try. 1.5, right? That seems very small. I'm not too sure about this. Just give me. Let me check. I need the brows. So let me set this to clip. Yeah, it's way too small. Hold on. 1.2, I believe. Let's put this back to 0. This is the jaw. So let me try to map this one first so I can get this right. So 0.15. Y should be. Wait, hold on. I think I'm looking at this wrong. Because the textures, there's 4 of them, right? So by a quarter for each. So would it be 0.25? No, it's 0.5. Yeah, okay, we got it now. So it's 0.5 for the blend mask. You don't scale these wrinkles, you scale the blend mask. Okay, now that I got that down. Sorry, it's been like a long time since I set this up. I want to set up the brows for now. Brows, forehead, whatever you want to call it. So I should set this back to 0 and set this over here. Yeah, okay. Alright, so here comes the annoying-ish part. This is actually the wrong thing. We go down first, we're not going up. So This is actually the wrong texture I'm using. Let me remove the chat color. We need the other one. Hold on. I think it's over here. None. Is it this one? We have these. And there's these. Let me check the third one, just in case. Okay. Yeah, alright. So second one's actually got what I'm looking for. These two shape keys right here are what you'll be doing first. You want to start off in order, so you're going to be going like back and forth between different shape keys. So, alright, let me change that to the second one actually. Set this to channel packed. Okay, so time to figure out what we want to do first. We're going to separate the channels, so color, no, converter, separate RGB. Okay, so red goes first. I think that's the right side. Nope, left side actually. Alright. So now, this is our mask. We want to set up a driver for this one. We want to set the first color to black, set the mask over here, and put this into the output. So nothing's going on right now. The 0 location should be the black. Over here, when it gets to 1, the mask should trigger. Set this to non-color, by the way. Set all the others to non-color, because you want this to be very intense. It looks low resolution now, but believe me, it'll look fine in the setup. So, it's the left side. What you want to do is right click on the 0 here, copy as new driver, put this back to 0 and paste as driver, paste driver, like right here, okay? You should only have to do this once, so when you do this now, the mask triggers. Everything works like it's intended to. So you're probably asking, you know, how do I get this to work with all the other wrinkles? This is where the very repetitive part comes from. I'm going to minimize these so it doesn't become so cumbersome to edit over time. Okay. Over here, we're going to do the diffuse one first. So let me actually identify the wrinkles, because this is kind of necessary to do if you don't know which is which. Okay, so these are the basic brow down wrinkles. So it should be right over here where the nose area is sneering, right over here the sneer wrinkles. These over here are the squeeze wrinkles, so it'd be brow squeeze. This is obviously for when the brows go up, and this is also the jaw drop. As you can see, there's little wrinkles over here, so when the jaw drops, that goes down, and you see those wrinkles pop up. You can also just go on the normal maps to identify it if it's a lot easier to find out. So let me just say I chose Sonia because I can tell the difference with each of her wrinkles. Some look way too similar to differentiate, like these two, they look very similar, but believe me, they're not. They're two different things. In other characters, it's a lot more clear. If I were to import, let's say, Cassie Cage's normal map, that would be this one, right? There's a difference. This one is going down, while this one is squeezing. Okay, so let's go back now, since we got that covered. Here is our mix, and we identified that we want the second wrinkle to be used. So we put this over here, then we put this right here, put this right over here. Now, there's a slight difference. You're probably wondering how SD I can't really see much of a difference. Well, look closely over here specifically. You can see it darkens up. But of course, you know, that's not the main attraction. You want to get the normals down as well. So let me move this down over here. Import the normal map of Sonia, because we didn't do that yet. Sun face A norm. Okay. Set that to non-color. Right. So we put this over here. This over here. Put this over here. Do that. Just move this over here real quick. Alright. Now if you look over here, wrinkle. Of course, you know, you wouldn't really be seeing it this way. You'd have a setup already with your shaders. So let me go ahead and set this up real quick. Principal BSDF. We import my normal invert node. Put this over here, normal. And move that from base color. Put this over here. Roughness over here. I just wanted the most basic setup. It's not gonna look too detailed. But that's not the point. We just need to figure this out, and then later on we can enhance the shader itself. So now if you look closely over here now, the wrinkles work as intended. Even like by the nose area squeezes a bit. Okay. So that's your basic wrinkle map. Let's set up the others. Let's identify the other blend shape color real quick, because I don't remember. None. Right, if it's set to non-color you can't see it. Okay, so let me set this to RGB. None. That's green. Okay, so no, channel packed. Non-color. Alright. Okay. So we're gonna use the same image here, so we don't need to do anything else. So let's set this over here real quick. Green goes down here. Right. Always put it in the second one, but leave the first black alone. This right here. We want another in here. Copy, add. Go to your shape keys, copy the as new driver down here. Right click on the factor, paste driver. Okay. Now we have another completed mask. Let's go down here, here. Put this in the factor and put this over here. Same deal with the normal maps. Alright. Ooh, copy too much. This over here, wrinkle 02 down here, and put the factor over here. Now we have both wrinkles in play. It's kind of hard to tell the difference, kind of, but believe me, it's there. Alright, so now we got both sides set up. Let's go into specular light and you'll see the difference. There's that. Okay, so now we set up those two. Browse down out doesn't do anything. You don't need them, so they're not going to get any wrinkles. The next one we're going to do are the up ones, these guys. So why am I skipping the squeezing ones? Because they're gonna override. I don't want these to override. So I want to set up those first in the order. You want to plan this out as you're doing it so you don't run into issues. So now let's go ahead and duplicate this now. Set this to the first blend mask. And let's move these out of the way. Let's duplicate another. And let's first of all identify which color goes to which. Ooh, does it look nice, doesn't it? Channel packed. What color? Why are you looking like that, man? Wait a sec. What actually happened? This isn't right. Huh. That's interesting. How did this happen? Let me go back to the image editor. Go over here. The texture should be fine. Yeah, this is fine. Oh wait, I'm stupid. Go back to combined. Yeah, it's fine now. Let's just set this back to channel packed, and let's see here. So red, green, and blue. Red is on the outside, so that's right out. Nope. Left out. That's gonna be in the red. And the green is the inner one. Blue is the inner right. Hold on, it's really hard to tell the difference this way. Hold on. Yeah, okay, we got it now. So let's set this up now. Red goes here. It's the outside one first, so it's L out. This one. Copy as new driver, paste driver. Okay. Set this to the factor over here, and now we gotta remember the brow wrinkles for moving them upwards were the first ones we set up, so you go into this one now. Okay, you do the same thing for the normals over here, put the factor over here, and wrinkles 01 down here. I'm not going to look to check because I know what I'm doing and know how the order works. Next green channel is the inner left, so let me do this again. Duplicate green channel down here on the second dot. This is tiring, honestly. Up in L, so copy as new driver, paste driver. Okay. That, move this, duplicate that, put this on the factor, wrinkle 01 down here, okay, and the normal. That, wrinkle 01 down here, down factor right here, okay. We got the inner one done mostly, now we gotta get the right side. So do this again. The blue goes here, right, and it's the inner right. Okay, so copy as new driver, paste driver. Do this again. Wrinkle 01. Put this factor right here. Do the same thing with the normals. We're gonna start moving these because we need to make up space and I don't want the nodes to move around. Over here, wrinkle 01. Over here, and right factor down here. And now here's where you need to pay attention a little bit, because if we were to go back to the first blend mask, the alpha channel has one right here. You wouldn't know that unless you checked. So now I need to make one last one. Alpha goes here now. Okay. And it's the outside right. So copy as new driver, paste driver. Okay. Put that in that collection right there. Let's move these out a little bit. Okay. Shift D, duplicate. Put this as the factor, wrinkle01. Right. Getting there now. And do the same thing for the normals one more time. Factor, wrinkle01. Okay. And now for the moment of truth. Everything is filled out completely, right? Okay. To set these up, put this back into the material output. No issues here. Now let's move them up. This side, the inner ones work completely fine, right? Now the outside works fine too. We got that down. Okay, that's as much as I'm going to show off, but for the next part, if I do it, that's a huge if, by the way, I am going to do the squeezes, so that would be this one and this one, and then afterwards the other parts like the cheeks, the chin, I think. Maybe I'll do that, I'm not too sure. And the inner areas like the disgust ones, and maybe the eye ones. It depends, you know, this type of stuff takes a while to explain it. If I'm correct, this video is like 30 minutes. But that's basically what it is. It's very repetitive. You know, it's a lot going on here, and like when you're completely done, at least if you think you're done, and like let's say you don't want to set up anymore, you just want to be a little smart with your organization here. So since the fuse wrinkles are up there, we put them over here, normals down here, and you would combine that all into one big node group. Okay, and this would be MK11 wrinkle, whatever. You change this to over here, go into group, change this to diffuse, and change this to normal. Hold on, wrong one. This would be normal. Okay, and then the outputs would be the same thing, diffuse, and this is normal. You don't necessarily have to call them that. I prefer to because it's just a lot easier for me to recognize. And those are your wrinkles, and let's just call this like wrinkle alpha. Okay, there's that now. So now when you want to make some edits, you'll know exactly how to like adjust things from there on out. If you want to like do your own thing, go ahead. I heavily suggest organizing these into like little rows. What I usually do is I set them up into rows of whatever is completed for that specific one. So these first two were for the inner brows going down, so that's it. These are for the brows going up, so I'm going to put them right here. It's all stacked over here. Same deal with the normal maps. I do the same thing. I need to stay organized because this will get very convoluted very fast. You don't want to get confused doing this, because if you do, you'll get lost and make some mistakes, and it'll be hard to see where you messed up. But yeah, that's that for now. If you have any questions or have any issues, you know, let me know. Maybe I can help or not. Depends on, you know, if I'm not busy. And I have a very busy schedule right now, and you know, honestly, making these videos isn't easy for me. If not, you know, I'll say I can't do this anymore, and I'll just release the wrinkle nodes. Even though they're not like entirely finished, I have to redo them because I made a mistake that made it a lot more annoying to adjust. Like when you were to, let's say, use this on another character, you would first change these guys to their other characters' wrinkles, but then afterwards you gotta make sure to clean up the data blocks for the shape keys because Blender keeps them per mesh. But then afterwards you would have to select the head here and then go onto the driver editor. Everything's over here. Node group 002. Yeah, we didn't change the name. We can do that right now actually. Wrinkle alpha, and you'd go over here, press N, drivers, and here's all your wrinkles. You would pretty much have to change all of them for every other character if you want to use them, but it's a lot easier than, like, you know, making a new setup each time. That's great and all. So I believe, you know, this is where I head off now. Wrinkles are working just fine. Alright. So yeah, this was another somewhat long, convoluted tutorial or guide with SD. I see you guys next time.